Hello and welcome. My name is Ian Pringle, and it is a great pleasure to welcome you to the launch of the Yenkasa Africa campaign. This campaign is focused on family farmers and family farming, which represent the vast majority of people in Africa. And the aim of the campaign is to value family farmers and to listen to family farmers. This is part of the UN decade on family farming, and there are another 9 years left to go in the decade, so there is a great deal of possibility for impact over the course of the next 9 years. This is a partnership, Yenkasa, and I'm very pleased that on the call today at the launch, we have representatives of the different partner organizations. Now, those include UN agencies with a very strong link to the framework of the UN Decade on Family Farming, which involves all of the countries in sub-Saharan Africa and Africa more generally. We have representatives of farmer organizations, and we also have communication organizations. And that's who we're going to hear from during this launch event. And so with no further ado, I'm very pleased to turn things over to Robert Gay, who is the sub-regional coordinator for FAO, representative of the sub-regional office for West Africa, who is going to share several ideas with us. Thank you very much, Mr. Gay. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I hope that you all hear me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the launch of the Yenkasa UN Decade of Family Farming Communication Campaign, titled Advancing Resilient Family Farming in Africa. Today, we officially launched the radio campaign in Africa, which aims to enhance the voices of family farmers around sub-Saharan Africa. The campaign has been set as part of the participatory communication plan for the UN Decade of Family Farming, established under the Yenkasa Africa Initiative, a partnership between farmers' organizations such as Via Campesina, the Pan-African Farmers Organization PAFO, the Network of Farmer Organizations and Agriculture Producers of West Africa, ROPPA, and the Regional Platform of Farmers Organization of Central Africa, PROPAC. Communication entities and networks like Farm Radio International, World Association of Community Radio, and Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. This campaign builds on the spirit of the UNDFF to bring together different constituencies and to join effort to advance resilient family farming as a strategic asset against emerging challenges and crises. In fact, family farmers, including peasants, indigenous people, traditional communities, pastoralists, fishers, mountain farmers, and many other groups of food producers are crucial to ensure food security and they are producing over 80% of the world food. They are also the main investors in agriculture, preserve agricultural biodiversity, and constitute the backbone of food systems and rural economies. The COVID-19 pandemic has put life and livelihoods at risk, and family farmers, being the driving force in agriculture, are among the affected groups facing economic, financial, social, and environmental issues. Thus, to ensure they are safe and their livelihoods are protected, family farmers require access to information and knowledge relevant to them to ensure advanced agricultural production. Hence, under the UNDFF-Yenkasa Africa Participatory Communication Plan, and in light of the COVID-19, the radio campaign is developed to address the resilience of the family farmers as a condition for the food security of Africa. It will not only give them access to information, but will also provide farmers with the opportunity to voice their opinions and have adequate information exchange among regional and local organizations. In addition, this campaign will raise public awareness on the importance of promoting adequate policies to support family farmers as the engine of the agriculture sector in Africa to achieve zero hunger. With this, on behalf of FAO, I'm pleased to officially announce the opening of the Yenkasa UNDFF radio campaign across sub-Saharan Africa. Thanks to my fellow FAO colleagues, Farm Radio International, PAFO, Via Campesina, and other farm organizations and radio stations who have come together to make this process a success. We hope for an active participation of listeners everywhere in Africa. We also look forward to the success of Yenkasa Africa as a long-term and sustainable initiative and as a means to build communication capacities in the region and to promote inclusive rural communication services as part of national family farming policies and programs. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Robert, for your opening remarks. That sets the stage very, very well. One of the features of the campaign are a series of spots of key messages that will be shared by participating radio stations. And we wanted, in the context of the launch, to share some of those with you. My colleague, Roseman Ohene, from our Farm Radio office in Ghana, is going to read one of the spots, and then we're going to hear a few others interspersed without our speakers for the rest of the launch. Roseman, if you're there, please take it away and share one of the spots for us. Roseman, just a reminder, you will need to mute your microphone and go back to the beginning and then share one of those key spots with us.
Yes, thank you very much, Ian. Family farmers, we want to hear what you have to say. Did you know that there are 600 million farms in the world and that family farms produce 70 to 80% of global food? Family farmers, you are the force that drives innovation and change in agriculture. Call us to share your successes. Over centuries, you have kept, improved, and adapted seeds that are fine-tuned to needs of your communities and perfected practices that brings out best in your soils and environment. Hand in hand with agricultural experts, you are now meeting new challenges, including the rapidly changing climate. You are amazing. Remember that your opinions and experiences are important. We need to hear from you. Take advantage of opportunities available through government and especially through your farmer organizations and other networks. Talk to other farmers in your organizations and your allies. And call us at Farm Radio to share your opinions and experiences. This station is proud to be a voice of family farmers and part of the awareness campaign for the UN Decade of Family Farming. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Roseman. We are going to hear now from the representative of PAFO, Asaf Bodiri. Asaf, the floor is yours. Asaf, in case you're already speaking, you will just need to take that one step and unmute your microphone, and then please share your remarks.
We may have actually lost Asaf for now, so maybe we can move to the next speaker.
Dear. So in that case, my suggestion is we will come back to Asaf Bodiri, who is from the Pan-African Farmers Organization, and we will go now to Blythe McKay from Farm Radio International.
Great, thank you, Ian. As facilitators of the Yenkasa Africa Initiative and chair of the steering committee, Farm Radio International is delighted to be a part of the Yenkasa campaign for the UN Decade of Family Farming. It's exciting to be here, jointly launching this initiative with all our partners, FAO, Vie Campesina, the Pan-African Farmers Organization, PAFO, the Regional Platform of Farmers Organizations of Central Africa, PROPAC, and the Network of Farmers, Organizations, and Agricultural Producers of West Africa, ROPPA. The Yenkasa campaign work builds on the remarkable network that Farm Radio International and farm radio programs and stations across sub-Saharan Africa have built in the last 40 years. This network includes 1,000 radio partners in 41 countries. Together, we reach hundreds of millions of farmers. Teaming up with African farmer organizations is a priority. This includes the organizations already mentioned and others such as the Eastern Africa Farmers Federation. Our audiences are often the same, and together we are way more powerful. The UNDFF link to governments and all UN agencies is also a tremendous asset. It's vital to work through these international policy frameworks. On Monday, Farm Radio distributed the radio campaign materials in English and French to the wide network of 1,000 radio organizations. By joining the UNDFF radio campaign, radio stations commit to being a voice for family farmers by inviting farmers to speak on their radio programs and to shape the topics discussed on the programs. Radio stations can ensure that family farmers have the information they need to make good decisions that improve their lives and livelihoods. They can also connect family farmers with farmer organizations, market actors, and policymakers. The campaign materials include background information on the UNDFF and the important role family farmers play in their communities and country, as well as information on how family farmers are impacted by the current coronavirus pandemic. Family farmers are more important now than ever. A key part of the materials are 9 radio spots that stations can easily use, several of which you are hearing as part of this launch, and more are coming. We will circulate a second package of campaign materials in September to keep this campaign on air until World Food Day, October 16th. With support from the World Association from Christian Communication, the Farm Forestry Smallholder Producers Association of Kenya will also be partnering with the campaign to translate materials into Swahili. In terms of evaluating the campaign, in this first phase, we will focus on coverage of the various participating radio stations. However, as we move forward into new phases, we aim to dig deeper into aspects such as increased public awareness and advocacy related to family farming. The Yenkasa Africa platform represents a unique opportunity to value, support, and help improve the lives and livelihoods of family farmers. Yenkasa means let's talk in Akan, so Yenkasa. Radio Rurale Internationale est ravie de faire partie de la campagne Yenkasa pour la décennie des Nations Unies pour l'agriculture familiale. C'est excitant d'être ici et de lancer conjointement cette initiative avec tous nos partenaires. Lundi, Radio Rurale Internationale a distribué du matériel de campagne radiophonique en anglais et en français à un vaste réseau de 1000 organismes radiophoniques dans 41 pays d'Afrique subsaharienne. En se joignant à la campagne radiophonique, les stations de radio s'engagent à être une voix des agriculteurs et agricultrices de famille, invitant les agriculteurs à s'exprimer dans leurs programmes radiophoniques et à façonner les sujets abordés dans les programmes. Les stations de radio peuvent garantir que les agricultrices de famille disposent des informations dont ils ont besoin pour prendre de bonnes décisions qui améliorent leur vie et leurs moyens de subsistance. Ils peuvent également mettre en relation les agriculteurs et agricultrices de famille avec les organisations d'agriculteurs, les acteurs du marché et les décideurs. Merci.
Thank you so much, Blythe, for those excellent remarks. We know that Farm Radio is very excited to be at the center of this campaign in terms of distribution to the radio stations. And so thank you very much for those remarks. Et merci d'avoir fait des mots en français aussi. We are still hoping that Asaf Bogdiri will be able to join us from PAFO, but we are experiencing a few technical difficulties and challenges with connection. But at this point, I want to go back and hear one more of the spots that Blythe mentioned that are featured in the campaign. And our colleague Pascal Mwerka from the Farm Radio office in Uganda will now read one of the next spots for us. Pascal, please go ahead. You'll need to unmute yourself, and then please go ahead and share the spot.
Thank you, Ian. Thank you, Ian, and all members present. Youth farmers, you are awesome. You are defining the future of farming. You bring new ideas, new perspectives, a fresh understanding of digital technology, new business skills, and creative approaches to marketing. You are the young women and men who are showing the way into the future. We all need the energy of your new ideas and your success stories. So don't hide your inspirations. Talk to other farmers about your plans, your best ideas, your hopes and dreams. Wherever you lead, many will follow. This station is proud to be a voice for family farmers and part of the awareness campaign for the UN Decade on Family Farming. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Pascal. And these are exactly the messages that we aim to have airing on dozens of radio stations in the coming weeks. And so you'll be hearing messages just like that on stations that are a voice for family farmers. I'd like to turn things over now to our representative from La Via Campesina, Mateus Santos. Mateus, please unmute and share some remarks with the group. Thank you.
Hi, Ian. Hello, everyone. Thanks for this chance of being here today. I'm very glad to join you from Maputo, Mozambique. My name is Mateus Costa Santos. I'm with you here in representation of La Via Campesina. La Via Campesina is a global movement which brings together more than 200 million peasants, small-scale and medium-scale family farmers, landless people, rural women and youth, indigenous people, migrants, and agricultural workers from around the world. The pandemic, this COVID pandemic, has once again highlighted the dysfunctions of the global supply chains, including the many contradictions and problems faced by agricultural workers, particularly migrant workers. In many countries, while open-air peasant markets offering local, fresh, and healthy foods were shut down, actually, peasants were chased away by authorities. Small-scale producers had to pay very high fines because they kept feeding their communities, while outlets offering processed foods in closed areas were allowed to continue to function. Many people are vulnerable to COVID-19 precisely because of the poor diets and the related health conditions, such as diabetes, high blood pressure, overweight, and obesity, respiratory problems, etc. The industrial food system is aggravating this situation. The first line of defense of our bodies against pathogens depends on the food that we eat. This therefore implies that the wider the food diversity, the stronger and healthier you become. So there's an urgent need for people to rely on local, healthy, and diverse food production and distribution. Now is the time to reinforce agroecological food production and consumption and make it available to all. Finally, I would like to add that peasants and small-scale family farmers need land, seeds, water, and all the conditions to feed populations safely. It is fundamental to link the UN Peasant Rights Declaration, a framework that promotes public policy, the Peasant Rights Declaration, which is an instrument that recognizes and protects the rights of rural people, and the Decade of Family Farming, which is a framework that promotes public policies in support of family farmers. This link enhances the efforts for achieving the 2030 Agenda and the Sustainable Development Goals, bringing a direct contribution to sustainable food production and eradication of food insecurity, hunger, and malnutrition. In closing, we believe that the Decade of Family Farming is a historic opportunity to promote public policies supporting the rights of peasants as well as small-scale food producers and other people working in rural areas. LPC is proudly part of the steering committee of the Decade of Family Farming, and Via Campesina Africa is very happy to be part of this very dynamic steering group of the Yenkasa Africa initiative. I cannot close without, on behalf of ourselves as Via Campesina, but also from PROPAC and ROPPA, our allies who are not able to be here today, and I'm going to go out on a limb and bring PAFO into this, thinking that maybe they won't be able to join now, to thank the FAO communication unit in Rome and in Accra, the whole FAO team that's been supporting this initiative, the Farm Radio International team, and our African allies and partners in the collaboration so far. We hope for more, and we'll keep going. Amanja, thank you.
Thank you so much, Mateus, for your remarks, and also for reminding us of the important subject material and the content of the campaign, and also the prospects that we have, given that the UN decade continues for another 9 years. So the possibilities, I think, are endless, but thank you for conveying some of the excitement that goes along with it. Before we turn to our final intervener for the day, Mario Kunzo from FAO, I would like to hear one more spot. So Roseman Ohene from our Farm Radio office in Ghana is going to read another spot for us. And then we do have a representative of a radio station that's here. So we'll just ask Emmanuel Asamoah from Radio 1 in Eastern Ghana a couple of questions after we hear the spot. Roseman, please unmute and take it away.
Thank you, Ian. Men and women, farmers, are food producers of our community. The COVID pandemic has hit all of us as individuals and communities very hard, while many of us must leave home to sustain our families. People who are confined at home, especially women and children, are facing many added burdens. In many cases, confinement has led to sharp increase in cases of home-based violence against women and children. We are calling on you to stop the violence against women and children in our communities. We stand in solidarity with African women and our community and all of Africa, and salute your role in African food systems. Women, men, and youth are the food producers for humanity. This station is proud to be a voice of family farmers and part of the awareness campaign for the UN Decade on Family Farming. Medase.
Thank you so much, Roseman. So just a reminder that along with the materials and resources for the campaign that were distributed on Monday are these 9 spots, which are really at the center of the campaign. And we've heard a few of those spots today. We're going to finish today's launch with the last of the spots that we are sharing for today. But I did want to acknowledge and just ask if you would say maybe a couple of words with us, Mr. Emmanuel Asamoah, who is from Radio 1 in Eastern Ghana. Emmanuel, can you hear me? And if you can, maybe just unmute your microphone and maybe just tell us something about your radio station and your relationship with family farmers.
Okay, just as you mentioned, my name is Emmanuel Asamoah from Radio 1. Is actually not in the capital of any of the 10 regions. It's actually in the eastern region, but not in the capital of the region. So I am operating from a community called Kunzo in the eastern region. Radio 1 has been operating for the past year, let's say 6 to 7 years now in the community. It's actually a farming and a mining community. So you always have a situation where, farming lands are being converted into mining activities. And you can imagine what is happening now that we have COVID-19. A lot of people have lost their jobs. People are home. And unfortunately, they have also given out their lands for mining activities. One unfortunate thing, if you ask me, I was talking about is that even though government shuts down most industries and work, it didn't shut down mining activities. So when COVID, we are unable to do work, people are unable to farm, but mining is still ongoing. And it's affecting a lot of the agricultural activities in and around my catchment area. So I have a lot of work to do as a media house, as in trying to do more of advocacy within this period. Again, we would also want to thank Farm Radio for the numerous supports at the peak of the COVID period, helping us get relevant information to educate our listeners on what they are supposed to do and what they are not supposed to be doing, the myth surrounding the COVID. All those information was able to get to our listeners by Can't Get See of Farm Radio. Also, thank them for giving us some financial support to be able to get PPEs for the radio station, especially the workers and whoever was supposed to come to the radio station during the COVID period, so that we all work within a safe environment and a safe community. I'm very, very much interested in knowing this new campaign that is actually rolling up and what my media house would also bring on board to be able to get the information disseminated to the community and my listeners. Thank you very much.
Emmanuel, thank you so much for being here today and for your words and also for your participation in the campaign. Your radio station, Radio 1, is exactly the vehicle that will carry this campaign to reach so many family farmers and also to bring their expression, their ideas and opinions back to all of us. Thank you very much. We are now going to hear from our final intervener, Mario Kunzo from FAO. Mario, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. It's a real pleasure being here at this launch. It's a very important moment for all of us. There's been some work done by all the members of Yenkasa Africa, but that is, as a partnership. And I think the idea of the partnership is at the core of the UN Decade of Family Farming. The decade started essentially in 2014, long ago, with the International Year of Family Farming, thanks to the pressure of many farmers' organizations to get finally the recognition of the need to have a policy change and to promote family farmer policy. Later on, this effort continued and obliged the UN system to recognize the need for an entire decade dedicated to family farmers. In the context of the Global Action Plan that orients and inspires the decade, there is one important pillar that is the enhancement of farmers' organizations as a central element for sustainability of the efforts in the family farming policies and the family farming efforts. And this also includes a sub-dimension, so a specific output is envisaged. The output number 4 is related to enhancing capacities of farmers' organization, enhancing capacities of rural actors to manage communication processes. But not only that, another dimension is the ensuring rural communication services, ensuring the rights of the rural people to communication services, tailored to their own needs, and as part of the national family farming policies and programs. And finally, the last dimension of this aspect of the decade is to give the voice to family farmers. So based on that agreement with the UN agencies and family farmers organizations, the idea was generated, the idea of creating an alternative campaign, alternative ways of, kind of advocate for family farmers. So a campaign that would be designed with the people themselves, with the organization. So not only from an institutional perspective, but really from the people themselves. And this is the case of this Yenkasa campaign. Another important dimension of this campaign, and this is built on, and again, on a partnership, that is Yenkasa. Yenkasa is a platform, is a mechanism, is an alliance among farmers' organization, community media, and institutions. So as a long-term perspective to ensure access to information and these capacities throughout the African continent. I think today is a very important milestone for all of us, and I'm sure that thanks to this campaign, this initiative will be consolidated and we will all experience a new dimension of communication to serve family farmers and the decade. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mario. I think Ian may be frozen there. So I'll just jump in real quick. I think we are going to end off with Pascal reading a final spot, radio spot. So just jump in now.
So
Pascal,
much, Mario. You really have been one of the drivers of Yenkasa and as representative.
I think Ian's having a few connection issues. Pascal, go ahead and we can read the final spot.
Thank you, Mark. Women farmers perform miracles every day. They manage the formidable triple burden of caring for the family. They care for children, care for their farms, and are responsible for so much other work. They care for the community, including the sick and elderly. Women are the traditional guardians of seed and agricultural diversity and the fierce and caring gatekeepers of family nutrition. Women farmers need everyone's support and respect. So speak up at your farmer organization in your community, and on Radio Voodoo, the voice of family farmers, to support, respect, promote, and celebrate women farmers. This station is proud to be a voice for family farmers and part of the awareness campaign for the UN Decade on Family Farming. Thank you.
Thanks, Pascal. Ian, are you with us, or have you dropped out? Okay, I think Ian might have dropped out, so I'll jump in here. My name is Mark Leclerc with Farm Radio International, and I just wanted to thank all of the organizers of this campaign. Obviously, Yenkasa Africa, the FAO, all of the farmers organizations shown on screen, AMARC, WAC as well, for making this possible, and certainly also thanking all the speakers that took time out of their day today, including Emmanuel, who joined us from Ghana. So with that, I think we'll wrap up and look out for all of the information on the campaign on the Yenkasa Africa website, which is at yenkasa.org. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us today.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.
See you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Thank you. Ciao. Bye.
Bye.